From a kerfuffle over taxpayer-funded allowances for MPs, to a government U-turn on how to handle the heroin problem, it's been a big year on Spring Street. Here are some of the defining moments. In November, Victoria made history by becoming the first state in Australia to legalise voluntary assisted dying. The legislation passed Parliament after more than 100 hours of debate, including a marathon 24-hour sitting that was called off after one MP collapsed. This is a day of reform, a day of compassion, a day of giving control to those who are terminally ill, Premier Daniel Andrews said at the time. Opposition leader Matthew Guy personally opposed the bill, but granted his MPs a conscience vote, as did Mr Andrews. Tempers flared during the debate in the lower house when opponents of the bill tried to pass hundreds of amendments and delay the vote. The bill eventually passed 47 to 37. Deputy Premier James Merlino, its highest-ranking opponent in the ALP, said it was a recipe for elder abuse. Under the legislation, Victorians with a terminal illness will be able to obtain a lethal drug within 10 days of asking to die, after completing a 3-step process involving 2 independent medical assessments. They must be over the age of 18, of sound mind, have lived in Victoria for at least 12 months and be suffering in a way that cannot be relieved in a manner the person deems tolerable. The government is now working on finalising the scheme, which will take 18 months to put in place. The Andrews government revealed its plans for 2 big road infrastructure projects, the North East Link and the West Gate Tunnel. The route for the $16.5 billion North East Link, selected from 4 options, was revealed in November. It has the Eastern Freeway linking up to the Ring Road via a 26-kilometre road upgrade, including a new 5 kilometres tunnel. The budget is $6 billion more than first estimated in August, and some homes and businesses will be compulsorily acquired. The opposition supports the road, but said it would also revive the East-West Link if it's elected in 2018. Over in the West, the $5.5 billion Westgate Tunnel project courted controversy, with one planning consultant calling the business case flawed and a Melbourne councillor dubbing it a dog's breakfast. Opposition leader Matthew Guy said the coalition would block the extension of tolls on CityLink, which would be used to help fund the project. The Greens were also unconvinced by the plans, but the government says the project will provide Melbourne with a much-needed second major road link for the western suburbs. The death of Family Violence Minister Fiona Richardson came as a shock to many. The 50-year-old died a day after revealing she had been diagnosed with multiple tumours, and announcing she would take time off. Ms. Richardson was remembered as a fierce campaigner against family violence and a strong voice for women in politics. 3 months later, a by-election was held in Northcote, a seat which had been held by Labor for 90 years. But changing demographics and rising house prices in the once working-class community, which now has a strong migrant population, had seen support for the Greens grow.